All right, we're back with my pile. It's not bad, I guess. It is a lot of colors though, and I'm nervous. So we're sorted by color right now. How many black cards do I have here? Counting all this, I guess first off, I've got 27 cards, not lands, right? I think we want 17 lands. Maybe we're talking 18. What is the mana curve here again? Got a lot of stuff at 2 right now, but I kind of want to get to my 6s eventually. Maybe 3 Electromancers is a little bit too much. Let's drop one of those guys for sure. Corpse Connoisseur. What is he fetching? Sidraxis Spectre. To unearth. And hit my opponent with. Doesn't seem that bad. We're definitely going 4 colors here. I guess I also have to consider how good my fixing is to get the colors. So I've got blue-red, blue-black, blue-red-black, red-black. The green is a little bit tricky. I've got basically these 3. Huh. What are my green cards? This. I've got 4 green cards. I'm going to have 3 sources basically, counting these. It's probably not quite enough. Is ground assault what we want? Huh. Alright. Let's split by creatures here and go back to sorting by converted mana cost. Spell Pierce. I don't think I'm using the Spell Pierce here because we don't have enough blue. I believe. I think for the same reasoning we're not doing Kraken Hatchling. So I think we want all of this. Maybe not Grasp of Phantoms. Grasp of Phantom seems like it could be a little bit slow, and that's the reason why this deck would die. Like, it's also part of the reason why I'm keeping in Pit Keepers, even though they're not really getting much value. They're just 2/1s. We have a Dregscape Zombie, though. How many 2-drops do I want here? How many dudes that don't really do much do I want? I mean, the nice thing about Pit Keeper is that later on, if the game goes really late, I can just be rebuying Broodmate Dragons, and that seems like a pretty brutal thing to do. But I think I like having a bunch of removal here, and then we're fine being a little bit threat light, and so it's just a question of cutting some of these cards. Grasp of Phantoms works better when I have the Goblin Electromancers. I will say that, because then I'm just flashing back for 7. This seems just a little bit slow. So I'll cut that from my removal package, and I need to make at least 2 more cuts to kind of get there with the plan. Could just be cutting Corpse Connoisseur and Torrent of Souls. Maybe that's just a little bit too cute. Because bringing back, like, a Broodmate Dragon after putting him in the bin with Corpse Connoisseur seems, like, it's nice, but do I really care? I could just have Pit Keepers doing effectively the same thing. I don't really want to buff my team with this either, right? My team is just going to be a Broodmate Dragon hitting a number of times. Denrova Horror maybe is a little bit slow. I don't have a way to blink it either. Huh. So I could be cutting Denrova Horror, Corpse Connoisseur, Torrent of Souls. Using the Broodmate Dragons as the win condition. I have removal to clear the skies if I need to. I'm more worried about surviving in the early game against aggressive decks than kind of outvaluing people in the late game. Because I have ways of buying back my threats with Pit Keepers. And I have 2 Sidraxis Specters and 2 Broodmate Dragons, so I feel like I have enough game in the late game here. Still also kind of wondering if I should have taken this Magma Jet over the other second Grizzly Spectacle. Again, I'm more worried about dying early game. We could be taking Serum Visions out of here. I don't know if that's really correct. Like, if I have blue mana, I'm able to dig for whatever land I need, right? That's good. The Scry seems important. Huh. Are we a 17 or an 18 land deck, I guess is a big question here. Because I have a lot of 2-drops as it stands right now to kind of get me there, but maybe I want to cut one of the 2-drops and put in an extra land. We already need to make 2 cuts, though. And I think I like Sidrax's Spectre, Sprouting Thrynax, Broodmate Dragon, stuff like that enough. I think this Corpse Connoisseur plan is just a little bit too slow. It does have synergy with our Pit Keepers. So one consideration is we take out something like this. And we run 18 lands. If I'm taking out a lot of that stuff, though, I'm kind of getting rid of my high end. So I'm not really sure how well that's going to go. I still feel like I have a lot of high end, but now I feel less justification to run the 18 lands. How much do I like Corpse Connoisseur here? Fetches me probably Sidrax's Specters. Turns on the Pit Keepers a little bit. I don't know if that's really enough synergy for a 5-mana 3/3. There's not really a lot of unearthed creatures here, so it's not like I'm getting great value off of them. Torrent of Souls. Same story. I already have ways of rebuying my threats, it feels like. Maybe we just run this 18 lands. We're more worried about... Like, I want to hit my 6th land drop and get Broodmate Dragon. I've only got the 1 Signet. Alright, well, let's imagine we're going to build 18 lands here with this. So I'd want to put 8 more lands in my deck. What would that... Let's try sorting by color, and let's combine these groups back again. Alright, so assuming this is the build... How many blue cards do I have? 1, 9... And my blue sources... So 6 blue sources as it stands right now. Okay. For my black... $13 cards, and then again we have we have 7 sources this time. So that definitely, of course, needs to go up. All these are going to go up a little bit. I'd also have a double with Spectacle. Alright. What are we on red? Alright, so 12 red cards, and we have... ten red sources as it stands. And then finally the green. Just these, right? Yes, with 3. All right. So supporting a blue-black or a black-red would be Not that bad. Supporting red is easier, though, given that I have all these red sources. So if I was looking to add a 23rd card to this deck, what am I hankering for here? I could also consider cutting one of these 2-drops. Like right now, I mean, Dregscape Zombie is not super exciting. He's literally just a 2/1 that sometimes I'll unearth. Yeah, maybe that's actually what we do here. We'll take out Dregscape Zombie, and we'll run 18 lands, but we'll add in one of these 3. So how much of this stuff is instant speed, actually? The Auger Sprees, the Magma Jets, this is sorcery. So not that much is going on at instant speed here. Yeah, I don't know. I think instead of Torrent of Souls, I'd rather just have a Dinrova Horror. Torrent of Souls requires me to have something in my graveyard. Something that I want. Dinrova Horror just does stuff. I kind of wish that we had found Ogre Jailbreakers, or just more Signets. Then I feel a little bit better about this. Yeah, huh. So how often is Augur of Bolas getting us stuff? We've got 9 instants and sorceries. That's a reasonable hit rate. Plus he's just a better blocker. Yeah, I'm not going to take him out. Okay, so I actually think I'm going to run the Dinrova Horror in. I'll leave out the Torrent of Souls plan. And I could also just be putting in something like Spell Pierce. Alright, well let's do this. Let's do this. I think we're going to try out this. Sort by color again. And where was I at? So I have how many blue cards now? I just added 1. Whoops. Yeah, so I'm up to 10 blue cards. In black, I still have 13? What happened here? Oh, because I took out Dregscape Zombie. That's right. Alright, still have 13 for black. Everything should be the same on red, because I took out the zombie, right? Yep, 12 red cards. We do need a basic mountain for the Scalding Tarn to fetch, so we're going to at least have one of those. Alright. And then finally the green was same as before, just 4 sources. Or 4 cards, we have 3 sources. Alright. So, where are we at? Feel like we should be adding a decent chunk of islands here. Sort by converted mana cost again. I'll have a lot of blue kind of early on. Trying to land these Sidraxis Spectres is part of it. It suggests 3, 2, 2, 1. Do I want to run a forest? Because my green drops that I care about the most are Broodmate Dragons, right? And that's on turn 6. So I can kind of be late on that. Is 3 sources enough to reliably do that? Because I guess also part of the problem is if I don't have them, I need to be shooting down a lot of flyers pretty early. The guy just plays like... Well, I have the Sidrexa Spectres. Alright. Maybe I should have taken that Mystical Teachings. In any case. Definitely want a bunch of islands here, because I have to support a lot of that. I definitely want more swamps as well. I'm not actually... I need one mountain to be able to fetch with the Scalding Tarn. Right. So I need at least one. I feel like we should be adding as many swamps as we are islands here. Because I have 13 black cards, 10 blue cards. I've got a double black card, actually. Do I want to run a forest, or do I want to take that out and run, like... another mountain? Four sources, given that I'm looking to play this stuff on like turn 6, seems a little excessive. Oh man, this is rough. How to build this mana base. Because right now, this gives me... If I just did this... I've got one more land to add, right? But if I just did this, that gives me 9 blue sources with 10 blue cards. Gives me 10 black sources with 13 black cards. And gives me 11 red sources with 12 red cards. So I feel like I should be adding an extra swamp here. Rather than the forest. I kind of like this more. I also want to be able to play Pit Keepers on turn 2 if I need to. Right? Block and do stuff. Well, I guess how much early stuff do I care about? I need the black to cast almost all my 3-drops, though, as part of the thing. Yeah, I also guess I need red to cast all my 3-drops, but I've already got 10 red sources built in here. Let's try this. Yeah, I'm hemming and hawing over it a long time. I should just get to playing. Maybe not perfectly optimal. I need to go back and think about this more, but I think this is what we're going to run with. Huh. Yeah, let's try this. Alright. This is the deck. Four color stuff is what it is. It's a bunch of multicolored cards and a bunch of guild gates and tri-lands, but only one signet. I'm a little bit worried about our early game, but I think if we kind of get past enough, Broodmate Dragons will clean up the game, and it won't be that hard. Sprouting Thrynax will help hold down the ground in a lot of cases. And yeah, hopefully this is good. Alright, off to games.